Let me guess. You opened YouTube searching for how do I become an AI engineer. And within 5 minutes, somebody told you to build a chatbot using OpenAI API in 10 minutes. Congratulations, you are now officially the owner of exactly same project as 4 million other people in GitHub. The problem is tutorial projects don't get you hired anymore. Companies are not looking for people who can copy paste LangChain examples. They are looking for engineers who understand reliability, scalability, debugging, latency, observability, evaluation, and production systems. So today I'm going to show you 5 projects that actually make recruiters stop scrolling. This slide right here, this is the difference between AI hobbyist and AI engineer. On the left, the classical tutorial graveyard. You know the one. You build chatbot, weather app, motivational code generator, and somehow every tutorial ends with deploy to Vercel. Meanwhile, the real world. Your AI system is timing out, hallucinating, crashing at 2 a.m., costing $11 per request. And your manager is asking, why is the GPU bill larger than my salary? Hiring managers want to know, can you survive production reality? That's the game now. Project number 1, production grade RAG. And yes, I know everybody is building RAG right now, but most people are building what I call Wikipedia with confidence issues. It answers everything even when it has absolutely no idea. The important part isn't generating text. The important part is proving the answer came from somewhere real. And that's why citations matter. If your AI says, according to the policy document, you should be able to click and see the exact paragraph. That single feature immediately makes your project look 10 times more professional. Now here is how you level up this properly. Step 1. Get the foundations working. Chunk documents, store embeddings, retrieve relevant context. This is the okay, the engine starts phase. Step 2 is where most people quit, hybrid search, because users are weird. Sometimes they search semantically. How do I reset my account? Sometimes they search like cave people. Reset password error 403 final v2.pdf. So you combine vector search for meaning, BM25 for exact keywords. Then add re-ranking to improve precision. Step 3. This is where you stop looking like a student project. Build evaluation pipelines, golden datasets, CI/CD gating, faithfulness scoring. Basically, your AI now gets unit tested like software. That's when recruiters realize, oh, this person understands engineering discipline. Now, this one is massively underrated. Everybody wants bigger models, but companies want cheaper models, and more importantly, private models. Because a hospital cannot just upload patient records to random APIs and say YOLO. This project teaches something extremely valuable: constraints. Can your AI run offline, fast, cheap, and securely? That's real engineering. Step 1. Benchmark everything. Most people say this model feels fast. No, we use numbers here. Measure tokens per second, latency, memory usage, time to first token, because engineers trust graphs, not vibes. Then step 2. Force structured outputs. JSON schemas, pedantic validation, retry loops. This is huge because real AI systems break in the dumbest ways possible. Example, you ask for JSON, the model writes poetry. And finally, the bake-off. Compare models scientifically. Note, Twitter said Mistral is cracked. Actually benchmark them. This might be the most important slide in the entire presentation. Building the app, that's maybe 30% of your work. The remaining 70% is figuring out why it broke. And trust me, it will break. The difference between junior and senior engineers is simple. Juniors build systems. Seniors build systems they can debug. Step 1. Tracing. You need X-ray vision into your AI pipeline. What was retrieved? What prompt was sent? How many tokens were used? Why did the model fail? If somebody says The agent gave the wrong answer yesterday. You should not respond with interesting. You should respond with give me 30 seconds. Step 2, metrics. Not averages, percentiles. Because averages lie. If one request takes 45 seconds and none takes 1 second, the average says everything is fine. The user says, I aged emotionally waiting for the response. Then step 3, regression gating. Your AI quality should be automatically tested before deployment. That's real production maturity. Now let's talk about the most misunderstood concept in AI right now, fine-tuning. Fine-tuning is not make models smarter. If it were that easy, OpenAI employees would just click make GPT smarter every Friday. Fine-tuning is about specialization. You train the model to become extremely reliable at one thing. Examples, structured extraction, tool calling, domain workflows. That's where fine-tuning shines. Step 1, clean data. And I cannot stress this enough. Garbage in, garbage out. If your dataset is messy, your model becomes professionally confused. Use LoRA or QLoRA, efficient, affordable, actually practical. Step 2, DPO. This is where things get interesting. Instead of teaching this is correct, you teach this is better than that. This is honestly how humans learn too. And finally, prove improvement with metrics. Because trust me, bro, is not an evaluation framework. This project is chaos engineering, and I mean that lovingly. Real-time systems are messy. Everything happens simultaneously: audio, streaming, interference, networking, latency, reprice, interruptions. It's like conducting an orchestra where half the musicians are on Wi-Fi. Personally, I'd choose the voice assistant path because voice AI is exploding right now. First, just make the pipeline work. Audio in, reasoning, voice out. Simple. Then comes the real engineering, latency budgeting. You need to know exactly where time is being spent. ASR latency, LLM latency, TTS latency. Because users don't care why it's slow. They just think this AI sounds like it's buffering emotionally. And finally, resilience. What happens when services fail? Because in production, they absolutely will. This is the important part. These projects are not random. Each one signals a different engineering capability. Production rack, system architecture maturity, local assistant, hardware and cost awareness, observability, reliability engineering, fine-tuning, modern alignment workflows, real-time streaming, performance engineering. When recruiters see all five together, they stop seeing someone learning AI. They start seeing potential senior engineer trajectory. One thing I want to mention, don't get obsessed with tools. Tools change every 6 months. The engineering principles do not. Today it's LangChain, tomorrow it's something else. The important thing is, do you understand the architecture underneath? Frameworks come and go. Engineering thinking compounds forever. I'll leave you with this. The AI industry does not need more people posting 10 AI tools that will change your life. It needs engineers who can build systems that actually work. So pick one project, go deep, document everything, show failures, show metrics, show trade-offs. Because polished perfection is overrated. Real engineering is messy. And honestly, that's what makes it impressive. Now go build something. If you like this video and want more such videos, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.